right.
Hi Ryan, how are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Not too bad, thank you.
All right.
So we've got a new album arriving. It's called The Fatal Fist and it's gonna be out in April.
Yeah, April 13th over in Europe. That's right.
And it's the first one in 3 years since Massive Aggressive.
Technically, yeah, it's been 3 years because we switched labels. The last record was on Earache and now we're on Nuclear Blast. So, and we took a year off of touring to actually write and record this record. We've never done that before, so that was actually really nice.
How do you feel the band progressed in these 3 years?
We got some rest for once, as much as we could, because we've been going pretty strong ever since we started, as far as being on the road. So I think we've come together as a unit. I mean, this lineup has been almost 7 years together with Phil and Dave on bass and drums. So it feels like it's just a tight crew that we don't have to look at each other, you know, like when we're writing, we just know where to go and it just comes together naturally now. So I think everyone knows what to expect from each player.
I guess it comes better album after album.
With time, yeah, and having the time off to like really focus and create the music like in a refreshed atmosphere was like really a good experience too.
It's important having some time off from each other as
Yeah,
well.
because you're just going, and it just gets stressed out, you know. So it was a good experience, I have to say, this record.
So, what came out? How was the writing process? How do you feel about this record at the end?
Yeah, well, like I said, we actually had the time to do it. So we have been pre-recording the last 3 records. We have demoed out before we went to the studio, so we record it as we write it, which helps to like kind of zero in on stuff and to write lyrics. So we've been doing it that way for like the last 5 years. Our bass player Phil has been getting into like the engineering side. He's interested in doing recording. So we, you know, in recording ourselves, you learn a lot about that. Just like, you know, the process is easier because you can sit back and listen to it, you know, and you can just, you know, make little adjustments here and there. So it seems like we got a pretty pro production going on in our little practice area. So it makes it nice.
How do you think your fans are gonna find it? Do you think there's a continuity with the last one?
I think they're gonna like it better than the last one. I mean, I know every band's gonna say that about their album, but I think we stepped up the bar with this one. It's very intense, very fast, and we didn't let up. And I think we put everything into it. And it's got a little bit of elements from the early years, spanning through, you know, Massive. So it's like it's got some elements of like Waste 'Em All coming through, some more of the punk rock elements in there, and as well as like the sense of humor is back in there, more of the Massive Aggressive. You know, I think we got the best of both worlds. It's definitely an angrier sounding record. Like Massive Aggressive was supposed to be the most aggressive thing, but this one actually is more aggressive, and it has the lighter tongue-in-cheek moments like Art Party too. So I think it's the combining of worlds right there.
Tell me a couple of titles, some titles.
Yeah, yeah. Unholy Abductor is a good one that I'm pretty proud of. We have Repossessions. The first song is about hiring the waste as repo men to get your items back, whether it be a car or beer, whatever. Let's see. We got Residential Disaster. That's the last song. Authority Complex. So I'm trying to think of. You should have all the titles written. You know, I'm like drawing a blank on all of them.
Just a few.
Yeah, that's
Is there any song in particular that you're looking forward to play live?
Yeah, the one I just mentioned, Authority Complex. It's got kind of like a Motorhead pace to it, which we haven't done, like a real driving, like up tempo, like pace. And I got a pretty cool guitar solo on that one. I've added some leads on this record, which I haven't really done too much in the past, so that's exciting for me to add. I'm only one guitar player, so I can only do so much, but I'm adding like cool third guitar parts, like guitar leads and stuff. So that should be fun to pull off live.
You're gonna play that until we go.
Yes, I think we're gonna. We don't play too much new material until it's released, but I think we'll probably sneak about 3 new songs, and then the Guar tour should, you know, we get a relatively okay set length, so we can probably squeeze a few new ones in.
This should be a fun one.
Yeah, and those are good friends of ours. We toured with them in 2006, playing big. They kind of introduced us to playing big rooms, so we did pretty well. We held our own at that tour, so this one should be even better.
So is it still gonna be party thrash, or you're getting old for it?
We never called it party thrash. That's something that the press created around us. I mean, we did write an album called The Art of Partying, so we're guilty in some regard. But I mean, we call ourselves speed metal punk, you know, because we're like, you know, you got your heavy metal, you got your punk rock. We're right down the middle, you know. So we're speed metal punks.
But you are still gonna party when the lights go down.
I party before the lights come on, and when they go down, I'm still doing it. So I still enjoy myself, to say the least.
Nuclear Blast, how is it going? Did you find anything particular about them that you like and you didn't have with your previous labels?
Well, we were just in LA, and we met the whole crew, the US crew, and it just felt like a family. Like the connection was there immediately, you know, just like on like a hanging out level. So just to be comfortable with someone personally is a big thing for us, you know. As far as the professionalism, it's amazing how much they have their act together, and like we're writing a record, we're doing PR, and we're going on tour, all in the right order, and it's all like lined up now. As far as instead of like jumbled, you're doing this tour, the record comes out, you're not ready. Everything just seems like in its place. Like they've obviously done this before, so they're very pro but very down to earth at the same time. So it's the best of both worlds for us.
Can I ask you one question actually? We just started a feature on our paper about trying to give advice to musicians.
Mm-hmm.
You know, often you end up signing a deal, a record deal, and they rip you off big time and you don't even realize it. So we're trying to examine labels, PR and everything, and try to give some advice. What's your advice when signing a deal? What's the thing to be careful to, not to sign?
Well, this is something really cool happened to Municipal Waste, and I can tell the story now because we're not with them anymore. But when we first signed the ERIC contract, they sent us a recording contract and a publishing contract separate. And it was just me and Tony at that time because we were going through a lineup change, so we were the only ones on the contract. We looked at the recording contract, we had someone look at it, you know, it seemed okay. The publishing one, there's something wrong with it. We knew that's like your music, that's the rights to your songs, you know, owning your music. We never signed the publishing, and it didn't seem right, you know. We're like, this is, you know, we're not comfortable with this, we're not signing it, and we made an agreement not to. And we signed 2 recording contracts and sent them in, and ERIC thought that one was recording, one was publishing. They thought we signed publishing, they signed us, and then they realized that we didn't sign publishing, and we go, we're not going to sign it now. You guys messed up, and we never signed our publishing, and we own all our music publishing-wise, so we signed with ASCAP. Like ASCAP in the U.S. is like, you know, the Writers Guild almost, you know, you submit your songs, any radio play, any live performance, you can get royalties for. So we receive royalties now for that, and ERIC makes every band sign publishing. They didn't get us, like, by mistake, you know. So I don't think anyone's going to have that kind of luck. Like, if you can get out of signing a publishing agreement and, you know, self-publish yourself, I would highly recommend that if that's possible. Another thing you could try to do is just license your album to a label where you're just basically creating a product. You after a certain amount of years, you get the rights back to do whatever you want with it, and they license it for X number of years. I've done that with my other band, Vulture. Just did a licensing deal with Heavy Artillery. So I mean, you have to be in a certain position to do that. You can't just go, hey, put this out, you know, and give it back to me. It's not that simple. But I think if you don't know anything about it, have a lawyer look at your contract, have someone that's in a band that's been doing it for a while look at it, look at the fine print, get like 3-second opinions of it, you know, before you sign anything. If something looks weird, ask somebody, you know, don't just sign your name on it. Don't get excited that someone's interested in you and just sign your life away. You know, just, you know, have a professional look at it, you know, and ask questions. It's always good to ask.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, you're touring with War in the States. Are you coming here after?
We're coming here in the summer for festivals. Everything is in the works right now, so I can't announce any specific dates. I know I've had to do this every interview. We are coming here, whether it be July or August or both. Like we're going to be here. I would love to do Bloodstock again. I don't know if that's on there. but we love European festivals. I love it just as a fan, just to go check out all the bands. So
Any other festival in Europe you already booked on that you can talk about?
we haven't got the info yet. I wish I could. I mean, I could plug away, but no, it's still in the works. I don't have anything for you.
That's
We will
fine.
be here. We are coming here for the festivals, summertime. Don't worry, we'll be here.
We'll be following and making sure we don't miss out. Now, in today's overcrowded music scene where everybody's got a band and everybody puts it on MySpace and everything, what's special about Municipal Waste that sets them aside from the rest?
I think the cool thing for me about our band is we started right in an era where the internet wasn't the main source for finding out about music. Like we booked our tour on a telephone, like a payphone. We didn't have a MySpace. We put out records on small independent labels that you had to order or buy at a record store. You couldn't download our music. We did a very DIY approach to everything, and I think that still holds true to this day with us. We do everything hands-on still. We don't just rely on the label or the internet to like spread our stuff. We like to do it like in your face, on the road, putting out our records, producing our own records. We have our hands in it so much that it's only going to be the way we want it. We don't let too much outside influence come into our band. And I think it's a little too easy just to start a band and put your band out there with the things like. I mean, I don't know if people still do MySpace, but I'm sure there's something else, Facebook, whatever,
Yeah.
that's, and it's really just like shameless self-promotion that everyone's doing, but it works, and, it can work to your advantage, or it could just be really annoying. You don't want to get invited to some thing across the world that you don't even, you're not even friends with these people, and they're bugging you about their band. So I like that we've seen a world without that, and we're still in the world that has that. So we use what we can to our advantage with the internet and everything, but we don't rely on it. I prefer to go and play for you live and talk to you at the merch table, and that's how I promote my band.
What is special about one of your live gigs?
I feel like the crowd is the most pivotal part of our gigs, as far as like the energy level, because we see them moving around out there, it makes us play harder. We see them jumping off stage, it's like, it just gets us excited. So I think just the interaction and the involvement we have with the crowd, and I mean, I like just making jokes to the crowd, like off the cuff too. It's just like, we welcome people to yell shit at us, and that way we could like, just have an interaction. But it's just almost like you gotta break the ice, just make everyone feel comfortable. We're having fun, we're here to like, play music for you guys and get wild, so I like to keep that connection.
How do you still find the same enthusiasm after all this time, or does it not feel just a job?
Just when you think like you're so over touring, and you're just like, you drink too much, you're over it, you get up on stage and you just get that feeling, and you just see it, like you see it in people's eyes, and like they're hungry, and it makes you, still know why you're doing it,
If it does start feeling like a job at some point,
Yeah.
will you continue?
Well, it does right now, and I'm continuing. So it's become our job, and it's the best job in the world. I mean, I'm in Europe just to talk to people. Not many jobs will send you over there, or over here just to like talk about yourself. I don't know. I mean, it's a pretty good gig.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I appreciate it every day, and I still feel honored that we get to do all this stuff. We get to travel. So I mean. Yeah, it is a job, but it's a pretty damn good job.
Okay, so is there anything else you would like to tell us?
I'm happy to meet you and to talk to you guys.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Thank you very much.
Thank
I'll see
you.
in summer.
All right, cheers.